Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. So for those of you that are familiar, this is clearly not the normal setup, right? I actually did a video, was going to post it and did not. If you watch the weekend read, Scorpio, I had said about electric and shock and sparks and passion and all the things. Wow. I did not know how, I don't want to say I did not know, but Spirit sometimes comes in with a big reminder as to how serious and real this is. So in short, Friday night, following that reading, going out to you all, my oven caught on fire, and life, everybody's good, everybody's okay, right? No big craziness happening, but enough that is making it, we talk about these eclipses and things happening. There's a lot there, so it wasn't just for me, which was a kind of like a cool thing for a change, but it's made me have to do some things differently temporarily, right? So bear with me while we make some adjustments, but yeah, talk about some unforeseen but yet seen, right, situation that came up over the weekend for me, and there was a couple other things. So I can say to you guys, like, this is the eclipse season that's preparing, right? We're getting ready to move into Mercury retrograde at the end of the week. We've got a full moon in Virgo this Friday. We've got the eclipse, right, this Friday as well. It's the beginning of the eclipse season. There's a lot happening, and I don't care who you are, whether you believe or don't believe or whatever it might be, but we are not exempt. We are not exempt. It doesn't matter if you're on that side of the camera, that side of the table, this one, it doesn't matter. We are not exempt. So just be aware of that, okay? So with that, we're going to get into this reading. Again, do know the full moon is Virgo, in Virgo is this Friday. We've got the solar eclipse happening this Friday, right? There's a lot of things going on, and this is like, you could call it star-studded, you could call it eye-opening, you could call it realizations, you've got epiphanies, you can call it sparks, fire, whatever you want to call it. It's a big deal. It's a very big deal. And it's something we need to be aware of, and we need to address ourselves. We need to address our situations with others and just make things happen, right? Lead forward and go from there. So with that, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus cross watcher, if that is you, welcome to the channel as well. Discern the messages accordingly. Do not force anything to fit, but do know the possibilities and probabilities Spirit is saying of what could come. So with that, let's jump into it. Thank you to everybody who has liked, shared, subscribed, commented, those of you that have booked personal reads, those that have made personal donations to the channel. Taurus and Jupiter, abundance. We've seen this energy floating around for a while. Your money is not going to be a factor. Spirit, instantly, your money is not going to be a factor in this. So if you're feeling like that could be the challenge this week, you're not going to have to worry about your money being a factor. What you give comes back around tenfold. Spirit said tenfold. It's like if you're spending money on something, it's going to come back to you. So don't sweat it. Something that I used to teach in the money manifestation class that I would do was to put little hearts on the checks. I would kiss the envelope of whatever I was mailing out, and just go, thank you. Thank you for this abundance. Thank you for the money to pay on the electric bill or the vet bill or whatever it might be. Being extra grateful of being able to go out to eat or whatever it might be, as well as that, right? So just being in a place of gratefulness and gratitude throughout these changes that we are going to, kind of dance around with right now. That's a Piscean energy. Be excessively grateful for all things, because it will come back, right? And not just about getting things back, but just to feel good, right? When we're in that space of gratitude and abundance, we feel it within here. It makes us feel good. The more we draw in of light, the greater the energy comes in for us, right? And for others as well. We become that vibrating area of life. So, and by the way, Scorpio, this is your weekly read. This is your weekly read if I didn't say that. All right, this card of communication, a lot of incoming communication. You could be trying to get a lot of ducks in a row, a lot of organizing is how I feel about this. I feel like there's a directive being given, maybe some, like, this is what I need you to do. And I don't mean this like in a way of like somebody telling you what to do, Scorpio, or you even telling somebody else what to do, but it's like planning, strategizing, this communication. You see that they're very intently looking at each other there, right? So they know that there's some level of something that needs to be done. And the thing that I'm getting from this third house of communication, oddly enough, is some compassion. We go back to the idea that we are in the pre-shadow phase of Mercury retrograde. That takes off this Saturday as well. But I do feel like there is some sort of compassion or understanding coming in. Could be from a Sagittarius. It doesn't have to be. But this does feel like a divine masculine, divine feminine energy. Could be relationships. I don't think that's entirely the case, though. Okay? Because it's like somebody is seeing something and they're like, okay, I got you. Like, we'll figure it out. Like, they don't seem to be pushing, which is nice. Chiron, you know, see, there's a few people in this, and then the authority pair, 10th house, authority card. And I'm going to take this one, come out Leo. Could be dealing with a Leo, doesn't have to be home. You know, it's funny that I'm picking this up in spirit. I'm kind of like, where's the challenge? And as I say that, there comes the confrontation card. And pardon my sniffles, I don't know where this is even coming from right now. But Spirit is telling me there will be other readings this week, so bear with me. I will get those out to you. Scorpio, what I'm going to say to this is, this feels very home, fourth house related, right? Home, family, security, setting up new foundations, shine, that Leo energy, needing to have some strength and perseverance this week. Needing to really know that, like, how you're, their Spirit, there we go. How you are handling people, how you're dealing with people, no matter how they're confronting you this week, no matter how they're rubbing you the wrong way, no matter how they may be pushing against or turning and twisting things. So Scorpio, what I'm looking at from this confrontation, third house and Chiron, is there is a lot of twisted, mixed up, varying energies that are going around. Some people could be on the verge of triggering you, and you're stepping into your higher self even more and more, going, I'm not going to deal with this. It's funny, I'm seeing this opposition card, then jumping to Chiron. I'm seeing this third house of communication jumping to Chiron, and then authority, I can't talk. Authority is like, I'm going to go my own way. I'm going to do my own thing. I know what mountains I need to move. And it's like you're looking at various situations. Some situations here could be very difficult. You're dealing with difficult individuals with attitude problems who want to fight you on everything that you are trying to put together for yourself. Then you've got people who are looking at you and going, what can I do to help you? Or, hey, I'm here when you're ready to do X, Y, and Z. Just let me know. And you're seeing the contrast, that duality, right, of who wants to fight, who wants to help. And you're deciphering those situations this week, Scorpio. And it's giving you a lot to think about. It's also paying attention to your nervous system. How do I feel when I leave these situations? And where do I feel empowered by this? That shine Leo card. Scorpio, as you're dealing with different situations this week, some people are going to push your buttons. Other people are going to really try to help you become more empowered, more in your conviction of what is to come in the future. And I do like this for you, but what I like about it is you're like, just tell me what needs to be done and I'll go get it done. So this is somebody, Scorpio, yourself, who very, finding a way to be self-disciplined, somebody who does not need to be micromanaged this week, Scorpio. It's just like, give me the list, right? Give me the to-do list and let me go get the shit done, Scorps. And that's where I kind of feel like you're at with this, is just give me the list and let me go get my shit done. So actually I'm going to switch decks. I don't know. I'm so sorry for the sniffling. It kind of came out of nowhere. So who knows? Who knows? Opposition, talent, born with personality. I'm hearing stubborn though. Stubborn with this talent and confrontation. Somebody could say to you, this is just who I am. Or Scorpio, that could be you. I hope you're not being the one that's being difficult, or not the one who's being difficult. but it's like, this is who I am. But this is also you remembering who you are. Some people don't want to see you in the light in which you are right now. Like they it's almost like they're looking for a way to solve their own problems. These people that you're in this, I don't know, this complex situation with, people who are kind of abutting, or contending with you, competing with you, maybe even, that, they're fighting their own cause. They're fighting their own battle. They're fighting their own whatever. They're feeling probably just as, I don't want to say restricted, but the spirit held back by whatever, like their own ways, their own devils, their own demons are kind of catching up with them, and they're feeling restricted. And Scorpio, instead of them handling it in a very profound way of personal growth, they're handling it as like looking at you and going, you're doing this and this and this. What makes you capable? What makes you deserving of? They are having a hard time chewing, thinking about, right? It's a hard pill to swallow, as they would say, how you're making certain things happen. It doesn't quite make sense, because the last time they knew of you, Spirit is saying, ooh, they thought you weren't capable of much. So I don't know who or what you're dealing with there, Scorps, but I don't know. It's like something about chasing you away, chasing you out of something, forcing you to give up something. It was Spirit, it was all for a cause. I don't know, Scorps, you tell me. Two of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, but they're watching you. Their Spirit, they're watching you get the bang for your buck, whatever that looks like. So, you know, some of you could be making some larger purchases. Judgment card, Ace of Pentacles. So this is, you know, good rewards. You know, call it, it's almost like if you had a, the shoppers cards, you know, of all the places you go, and they're like, here, get our app and get our card and get our points. Woo, right? Scorpio, it's like you've got the shoppers card with the universe right now. You're cashing in your gas points with the universe. You're cashing in your good karma points with the universe. They see what you've done, and it's like, you know, a person who maybe has made the trip to the store, and you're like, you know, telling your friend, I got $100 off of my groceries, like, and then I got, you know, so much off of my you know, $1 off a gallon of gas, and they're like, well, how did you do that? Well, I used my shopper's card. And they're like, oh, I threw mine in the junk drawer. And they're pissy with you because they're complaining, you know, I had to spend $300. You're like, I spent $100. So it's just like they're watching you reap some benefits or little things, and that's rubbing them the wrong way, right? It's like you've been very practical, very resourceful. Six of Swords, Scorpio, Four of Wands. You've done the inner work. You've done the understanding. You've done, and there's a 10. It breaks down to a 10. Like, you've done some very serious time, right? This is like, you know, you put in the time of life. Some people, unfortunately, do it in jail. For you, you've done it in the hard knocks of life on the outside, right? And if this person could see it differently for you, they absolutely would, in the sense that your hard knocks would have come even harder. I don't know. So Scorpio, there's somebody here that doesn't like you this week. They're annoyed with you. They don't, it could be a couple people. A couple people could see you as like, every time you've been down on your face or down on your luck, you know, you've gone quiet with the Hermit. You've gotten, you know, behind the scenes. You've figured something out. You've gone within. You've done the work. You've figured out what way will get you through to the next level, right, Scorpio? And I've said it so many times recently: new levels, new devils. And you know, it's like you are at the end of that Mario game, right? You're literally 20, the Judgment card, the Nine of Wands. Like, you have put in that fight. You have worked through what you need to do. You've answered the consequences along the way. This isn't like everything accumulated at the last minute. You were not having the laughs in between, you know, the years and the things and the situations and the people. You just kept working. You just kept doing, right? You were the wounded warrior. You were, you know, maybe you were in the victim in some ways, but this is also about not having victim mentality moving forward either, right? It's like, yeah, I've accepted my defeats. There's been times I've had to go lick my wounds. And for some people, they may feel like you didn't do enough licking of your wounds, Scorpio. You didn't have enough wounds. And it's kind of shitty that people would see it that way, but that's just where some of these people are coming in from, and there's not a whole lot you can do about that, right? Like, that's where they are. What else? Yeah, Queen of Swords coming out, like, pretty much in the reverse there. I don't know. This person is unhealed. They've not done a whole lot of work. Could be dealing with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. But it's just, I don't know. It'd cut you off in a heartbeat. King of Swords. So there's double the fun there, Scorpio. Literally, I couldn't make it up if I wanted to. You guys get to see me shuffle. This ain't no different. Look at that. The Judgment card. Spirit, they've got something to say. King of Swords, Queen of Swords, Queen of Swords coming out sideways. This masculine energy, this King of Swords, Spirit is saying very argumentative, very demeaning from time to time, will cut you off when you go to say something, but it's okay. Like, if you're dealing with somebody and they don't want to argue, don't argue back with them, but just listen, because they're going to tell you a lot of things. That's going to be in, look at this. I just happen to see in the background the Ten of Swords and the Death card. They're going to give you the information that you need to know to end a situation. So it's going to help you with this planning of the Chiron and this opposition. It's going to help you break free of that situation. So there could just be something that you can strategically use to eliminate a situation, right? This is like somebody not revealing the truth entirely to you with the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords with the True card. Somebody may think that they could outwit you or outsmart you. It's something with the talent and the True, right? It's deep thinking, remembering, solving puzzles, code words, just needing to pay very careful attention, Scorpio. Pay attention to contracts, and pay attention to agreements, pay attention to timing around things. Make sure you're reading the fine details to all things as well. But your cash. It's like not reading the bonus cards, right? Like when they give you all the little, like, oh, here's all the news and information. You're like, great. Like, my points will expire by a certain date. I don't need to read this. Throw it in the garbage. Keep the card on your keychain kind of thing. What you don't know is if you hit like 10,000 points, Scorpio, you get an extra like bonus $100 for, I don't know, produce. I don't know, something. There's extra bonuses to something, and this may be the point where you get to cash some extra things in. Okay, so just be aware of that. This third house of communication for Scorpio, please, Spirit. The Star. See, someone's having some sort of love for you. Literally, the 17, the Star energy, the Four of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, the King of Pentacles. Somebody is meeting you in a beautiful place. And it's weird because I'm not a big fan of the Four of Pentacles, but they may have held back on something for a while, Scorpio, that could have been construed as your happiness, but they're seeing some sort of compassion here, right? 14, so Temperance, again, some Sag energy. I don't know why it's coming out that way for me today, but it is. But it's also about expansion. So this is expansion, this is growth, this is somebody going, hey, let me uplift you, let me lend you a hand, let me help you, I don't know, paint that wall. Hey, let me help you carry your groceries. And 444 on the clock, or that's wrong, but it says 444, so we're going to go with it. But this is kind of like Spirit is saying a little bit of like a guardian angel that's coming in, right? You're meant to work with this person. King of Pentacles could be a Taurus, doesn't have to be. But this is someone there is a past connection with, right? Where the coming together in a situation with this person that you're communicating with, Scorpio, is just really very lovely. Like they're a good soul. They are compassionate. They're willing to go both ways. So when I think about that Six of Cups too, right, it's equal give and take. It's equal partnership. It's like, here's my flowers to you. And oh, great. Well, here's mine to you. The Tower, Aries, Scorpio energy, the Moon, Cancerian energy, Two of Cups. This is an unexpected alliance is what I'm going to call this, Scorps. It's someone that you really weren't counting on or anticipating some sort of, I don't know, reciprocation from. They show up for you. They show up and, I think they were cautious. This is like, the Four of Pentacles is like proceed with caution for me. Simply because they've been burnt, right? This is a feeling of being burnt with that Four of Pentacles holding back. And they wanted to, look, they're afraid of losing control and being without any, again. But they're realizing that the type of person or situation or whatever you're doing that represents things, maybe they don't always work out in like Spirit's calling it a finite detail in the very beginning, 20:02 on the clock. But like, it's about what you intend, right? It's about what your intention is to make things happen. And some people could feel like they need to hold back and reserve because they're afraid of what that means. Like, are they going to get hurt? Are they going to get broken? Are they going to get used or abused in some way, Scorpio? Look, they've gained, look, literally, the wisdom, apple, and suspicion. They're cautious because they remember photography. They're remembering what the past looks like. So they're just being cautious, but it's like you've proven your worth, right? You think about it. Trust is not just given, it is earned. So there's something here with this communication this week, Scorpio, that trust is being earned between you and another person. It's, doing what you say and meaning what you say and walking, talking the talk and walking the walk that goes with it. And it's helping you heal. It's helping others heal around you that you're connected to. And other people are just going to fight you on it because it makes them feel insecure. So, it just depends on who you're dealing with in any particular situation, Scorpio. This Chiron, heal. What is this about, Spirit? Chiron, heal. Knight of Wands. The Emperor, Aries energy. Page of Cups. Three of Cups. Whoever this is who's showing up, Scorps, as... they feel like they come out of nowhere. It feels like they come out of nowhere here. They could be hot and cold. They could come in and out of your life. This could be somebody that pops up at your work every now and again. Hey, how you been? Let's get together. And then as soon as they come in, they disappear. That Knight of Wands, right? Like, come in hot and heavy and then they check back out. Each time you deal with this individual, Scorpio, or this situation, you're realizing how much more authority you have over yourself. Again, that energy of self-discipline, even when it comes to other people. Like, I get it. I see you. I can be nice to you, but it also does not mean that I need to, like, open myself wide. I don't have to be wide open to you or to this. There's something a little slick with the Page of Cups. I'm not real sure why I'm getting the Page of Cups being a little sneaky there, but I do feel like he's being a tad opportunistic in this situation, trying to keep you emotionally engaged. Yeah, look, this coming back in, suspicion, and then this Independent card. Like, they come in long enough to cause some ruckus, and then they leave. So if you're dealing with somebody relationship-wise, Three of Cups. When they want the fill of you, Scorpio, here they come, right? Here they are. And then they check back out. So whoever this is, whatever this is, what do they want? What do they want from Scorpio? What do they want from Scorpio, please? Addiction, toxic. They're watching you, Scorpio. Ooh, 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 ooh. Look, it's like here for a short time, not a long time, right? I'm here for some gameplay. This is like an old devil, right? This is an old devil who wants to come back in, who wants to keep you engaged in something. This is an old toxic pattern and or behavior. Scorpio, I think that every time that you are looking at this person, whether this is a friend, this is work, this is family, this is whatever, you are just like, listen, I've seen this before. I know what this looks like, and you can't really fool me, right? You don't get to fool me. I can be nice to you, right? Like, you're not being an asshole about it, but this person, that Knight of Wands, the Emperor, the addiction card is really very much like, Scorpio, I'm lonely. Fill a void. Scorpio, my other friends have checked out on me. Will you hang in there with me? Scorps, caution, literally, caution, wisdom, and fate. This person could be like a testing piece for you this week. Seeing how much you've learned, how much wisdom you've obtained through dealing with people like this, and how sensitive you're not going to be. Which it sounds a little interesting, how sensitive you're not going to be. And I say that simply because I feel like in the past you would have let people, emotionally guilt trip you, right? You would have let people kind of run all of your sensitivity amok, and you would have leaned into the chaos of indulging with whomever this is and, you know, being their source of entertainment because they were feeling needy in the moment. I don't see you doing that anymore, because you're recognizing that this, like, short-term, not a long-term kind of thing is, it's the instant gratification, Scorpio. It's in that moment. You know, it's like in the heat, that song, in the heat of the moment, right? Like, that's what I'm getting from the Queen of Wands and the Three of Cups. It's in the moment that makes this person feel good. So, oh yeah, this is great, this is good. And I don't even think this person knows what direction they're going. They're a confused mess. They have no direction in their own life, which is why they're very hot and cold, in and out. They could care less, really, at the end of the day. Like, they'll say that they care in the moment, right? That Page of Cups, but they don't. Like, it's like they say things and they don't even put into, like, they say it and there's no emotion behind it. They make it sound good, but there's no depth, right, Scorpio? You require depth. You require honesty. You require transparency. And this person is like, oh yeah, I mean it, until they don't. So whatever this is, Scorps, like, this is not for you. You see through this. So this is a little bit of that testing on how much has Scorpio actually healed, right? All right, this 10th house of authority, Scorpio. What is this, Spirit for Scorpio? Don't give your power away, Scorps. Like, you're painting new pictures. You're bringing in new horizons. Five of Swords. I've said to you all lately, get selfish, right? It's kind of funny because the one person or one situation, Scorpio, and it could be multiple ones, up to 6. Ooh, it's a lot. Up to 6, where you're like, I'm gonna get selfish. Like, you know, where people have had this unfair advantage over me for so long, or they thought they did. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius again. You're kind of like turning, think about like a mirror, right? Like, if there's a reflection in a mirror of like light, you can flip it. Like, I don't know about you all, like, if I'm driving at night and somebody's got their like lights are like right on my ass and they're in my mirror, I'll flip my mirror to shine it right back at them so they back off. Yes, I'm that driver. Sorry. Not sorry. Okay? But this is kind of like that energy is like someone's like trying to blind you, Scorpio, and you're like, oh wait, deflect. There it is. Send it back to them, right? Like, have a taste of your own medicine. Like, take your energy, whatever it might be, if it's shitty, and just give it to yourself. It's not that you're like being mean or anything of the such towards somebody else, as much as it is you're like, here's your dose. Here's what you're going to give. Well, you can have it back. So there's something about that, Scorps, that it's like people who have, Spirit saying, misrepresented themselves as to who they were going to be in the past. It's starting to show up, because now that, like, things are getting serious. 9 of Cups. You know, once you're finding your happiness, they're starting to see, like, where they don't stand up, where they don't hold up. Scorpio, this is you taking authority, right? This is you taking authority. You saying, this is what I'm going to do because this is what's going to lead me. I could choose to stay in a situation or with people or places or things that really are very superficial, that hold me back. Or I have the choice, Spirit, to be alone and climb this mountain alone. And that 48, it's 12, that's a 3. To pick new places, new people, new things, right? That are going to lead me into a sense of victory. I'm done fighting with things that just don't serve who I am or what I'm doing. Drinks, like, some of you breaking addictions too, right? Like, these things don't serve me anymore. Sunset, letting the past be the past, letting it all go. Like, it's almost like, you know, metaphorically speaking, more so than anything, Scorpio, you're digging ditches for all the things that need to be buried and let go of. And I feel like, yeah, anything that, it's like you're learning to relinquish control and going, I have no say in this. What brings me comfort, right? Your pet is like your source of comfort. And you're seeking your own sources of comfort. You don't need it where other people are going to come in and derail your plans or flip your world upside down or change the way that you see the world. You're burying all of the past. There could be some trinket or something too. Some of you are burying, like if you're trying to sell a home, they say if you bury a statue of Mother Mary, right? It's a saint, I can't remember now. But that'll help you sell your house faster, right? On a certain side, I think it's like the north side or something like that. Don't quote me, look it up. But some of you could be putting trinkets away or burying things or letting them go or something to that effect. Like it doesn't bring you the satisfaction that it once did. It's spirit. It's not necessary anymore, whatever that looks like. And this Leo crossing this 4th house and home, Scorpio, again, it's like you're persevering through something, but it's not without, I feel like, other people giving you some lip service on what they think you should be doing. And it's, yeah, Page of Pentacles, Hangman. Things are coming towards you. Offers are coming towards you. Some of these are contingent upon other people kind of trying to muscle their way into things that are for you, not for them. Literally, from the Page of Pentacles to the Knight of Pentacles, it's starting to pick up speed this week, Scorpio. It's more than just talk. Now action is being implemented. It might seem really slow to you, but it is absolutely happening. And then the Two of Swords. Bear with me for 1 second. Okay, Scorpio, so sorry about that. I do think that there are going to be times this week, Scorpio, where your patience are going to be tested, where you're maybe going to doubt yourself a little bit. I do think you, Scorpio, 7 situations, 6 situations, 3 situations, 3 people. I feel like a lot of things are situational in your life where you're trying to kind of clean some things up, okay? Best way to put it. You may have a lot of different areas from, I don't know, animals to kids to grandkids to, you know, maybe painting something or doing a project. Like it just feels like you've got your hands in a lot of things right now. And with this eclipse is like, you're going to start to realize like, this is really worth my time and this is not. So where do I go to alleviate some pressures around maybe house, home, family, resources? You're going to start doing things that are more beneficial to you in the long run, regardless of what other people think. But I think right now it's like, it may feel like other people's opinions or views of what you should be doing versus how you're doing it may be a bit of contention. I'm going to tell you, for some of you, this won't be for all of you. You could have 3 people like on a love level kind of vying for your attention. You Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces as well here, who are like, well, here, I'm going to give this to you and I'm going to give that to you and let me give this to you. And you may just be like, I'm good on my own, right? Like I'm good doing my own thing. It's almost like you could feel bombarded by people or things going, here, let me do this and this and this. And it's like, I don't want it. And it's like, you ever have like a mother-in-law who garage sales or something and they're always bringing you things and you're like, I'm trying to clean the junk out of my basement. I don't need like pots and pans and cute knickknacks or snow babies or whatever the hell they're trying to drop off at your door, right? It's like whatever it is, whether it's physical or not, tangible or not, it's like I don't really need these things, but I appreciate your 2 cents. I appreciate the offer, but it's not for me. Not at this time, right? So it's kind of like you're kind of trying to, I'm seeing the Two of Swords as more of you're trying to block out the excess noise, block out people who may be very pushy. Spirit is saying the Sun and the 3 of Wands, like you are like, there's like the 3s again, right? The 3s, and there comes the High Priestess. Like, you know what's for you and what's not for you. You've got a pretty clear vision. Things that you've already worked on that I don't think, Scorpio, you've told people about either. That's the thing. Like, you may have a vision or a goal or something in mind and you're not sharing that with somebody. So they just assume that you're going to do it on their terms, their way. And you're just like, nah, I'm good. And they're like, well, let's talk about it. You're like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to evade this conversation. And it's not that you're doing it to be malicious. It's just something that you don't have interest in because your energy is being taken up on things that you genuinely need. Yeah, 4 of Cups, like someone's trying to give you something again, and you're just like, no, I'm good. There comes that Knight of Pentacles. Again, Queen of Swords. I have my direction. Chariot. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. Let me stand on my business. Let me handle my business. And if I should need you, I'll let you know. But most of these people most of these situations, Scorpio, but the end of this month, Spirit, by the end of this month, it's a no-go no matter what. Doesn't matter where they're going, what's going on, it's a no-go, period. So this is, I don't know, it's like the Spirit, the no zone. No, you know, who knew that March would have the no, you know, the no in it, like no in November, like no in March. No in March. We're not going to do this thing this way. So, yeah, I don't know, Scorps. The King of Wands. It's like you're trying to assert yourself in your life where other people are like, let me assert you. You know, let me assert myself into your life, Scorpio. Light activation, evolution of spirit, ascending, or actioning of plans and transcendence. It's funny because when I seen that transcendence, I heard transparency and secrecy. You know, there's some, Scorpio, there are people that are watching you, right? The Temple Secrets is like people who have tried to make things a certain way or do things a certain way, or they've tried to isolate you from other people or something like that. And it's like when you deal with those dark forces, all you can do is combat it with love. Temple of Mary, right? Combat it with love. And it's, you know, people who try to exploit your emotions or try to make you feel bad about certain things or things to that effect. Run it, Spirit, or run it off the Seven of Cups. And literally, there's another one, well-being. Like, worry about yourself, Scorpio. Self-preservation, being a service of spirit, being happy in the things that you're doing, that youthful experience. Archangel Michael, again, love, right? Love itself. And Heart of a Warrior, divine protection, synchronicities with the scales of karma. Scorpio, whatever you're doing, keep moving forward for yourself. And I think there's also like, some of you could be having these dreams about like these different parts of, not so much your life, like time frames, but these morphed visions of what you look like on an ethereal level as you have matured through these different parts of your life. Like, seeing maybe past life regression too, maybe seeing these different parts of what you were in a past life and seeing how it comes together so that you can clean up karma so you can move forward in life. I hope that's making sense. I hope that's making sense. But Scorpio, this is going to be an interesting week for you. I don't know. Spirit's telling me to run it off the Seven of Cups. So this week, the Fool and the Seven of Cups, I feel like are going to be our two cards that we're going to work off of, which sounds a little strange. Never done it that way. But that's the way we're going to do things. So Spirit says, leave you on a funny note with these. Even the cat's sneezing. I don't know what the hell's going on. Bless you, sir, wherever you are. Something fun for Scorpio this week. Something fun from the Affirmators deck. Engagement, Scorpio. Patience. I don't know. You could be testing somebody's patience too, Scorpio, because you're just like, I'm good. And they're like, what about now? And you're like, nah, I'm good. Thanks. Thanks, I'm doing just fine. Scorpio, I said run it. Spirit said run it off the 7. Look at this. There are 7 faces on that card. Do you see that? Check that out. Wonder. It's a wonderful thing to be in a state of wonder. And when I'm a good audience to my life becomes better and better theater. When something delightful happens, I can shout encore and be tickled when it happens again. When something maddening happens, I can laugh it off. Either way, I'm glad I got a ticket to the show. Scorpio, you could be Spirit. You could be watching somebody else's shit show. There's that 7 of Cups, and there's that Wanderer. There's people and faces and situations everywhere, Scorpio. Just sit back, look, let it go, letting go. Just sit back and trust the divine's plan in this. It's going to be fine. Scorps, have a fantastic week. I will see you soon. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Personal reads are open and available. That information can be found in the description box below, as well as the About section of the page. Sending you love.